If we were to give like the Spring Split a review personally, I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10. Now I think what we want to do is we want to refine it. We want to hit the same bar. We want to take what really worked. We want to fix what maybe didn't. And it is a challenge, it's tough, and we owe it to everybody at home to deliver the best that we can.
And there we get killed again with no vision from absolutely nowhere, because Zoe is a balanced champion. Thank you, Riot Games. Thank you for this amazing champion.
Brain effect mood? Helps your serotonin levels and makes you feel more relaxed. Huh.
And we lose Baron because our jungler missed Smite, but you know what? That's okay. We all make mistakes. And yeah, next game will be better, I'm sure.
Hello everyone, this is Darius from the Shotcaller, joined here by Quickshot after a long day of LEC. Happy to be back though?
Ecstatic. Different feeling. First time ever that we have a defending international champion in our midst. But really happy, really excited, and really glad that we got to celebrate the win and get back to the grind.
Get back to partying as well though, because you had the whole opening ceremony and stuff. When you were planning all of that, how excited were you while going through the sketches? I
mean, it was really cool actually, because our producers came to us and said, right, we want to add 15 minutes of content. We want to celebrate G2's win. And the two goals that we want to hit is, first of all, celebrate Europe as a region, right, and the fact that G2 won. Then we spent many hours discussing and debating and trying to figure it out, because there's a lot of fans and a lot of viewers that don't maybe know the whole history, maybe don't know that, this game is nearly 10 years old, right? And competitive league is going on 9 years, etc. So when we got through like the ideation process, we knew that we wanted to set the history. We wanted to cover that. We knew we wanted to celebrate G2 and Europe, because it's hand in hand, right? Europe has bred G2, and without them, and the history wouldn't get there. And then the last thing that we felt was, which is a little bit more challenging to convince the producers, we didn't want 15 minutes of just serious and emotional stuff, because eventually it gets tiring, and eventually you kind of stop believing it. If you hear 7 people tell the same happy and sad story, like, come on.
Get on with it. Okay.
So yeah, we kind of hit the key beats. We wanted history, we wanted like disbelief, and then we wanted to be EU and meme a little, have some fun.
Meme a little, indeed you did. Now, Ender got to have an amazing part, trash talking everyone, setting everything on fire. Was that his idea, or did you have to convince him to do that part?
Oh, nobody needed to convince him. Nobody. No, actually it was collaborative. I might get in trouble. I think it was Dracos that actually pitched it first. And the idea of somebody standing center stage and rattling off the moment you knew somebody was going to lose. And the original idea was just like player shots from the event. And then through ideation and through jokes, we're like, well, let's just pick ridiculous times. Let's pick different times in their career. And let's take that like between two Ivans kind of moment. And Ender wasn't on MSI, so we wanted to give him a moment in the spotlight and the celebration that he's still part of the crew, even though we didn't cast the shows. So it's absolutely a collaborative effort. It's absolutely a team effort. We didn't know that he was going to be in the tent on stage until this morning, for example. So we came in today, we saw the tent. Initially, everybody was going to climb out of the tent. We realized that was going to take too long and would have made it even like too awkward.
Like a clown's car?
That's exactly what we were trying to do. We tried it a couple times in rehearsal and then went, no, actually, let's pivot to the thing that you did, that we saw today. So super collaborative effort. Everybody chimed in. We debated and discussed a lot. And I'm really happy with where we landed.
I love how Ender is now really fully a member of the cast, even though he so oftentimes gets left behind in all the storylines.
He does not get left behind. He does not. He is actually so lucky in all of the shoots. He has the least hours committed. He has the easiest shots. And yes, he has been the butt of a few jokes. Unfortunately, both in summer and spring, because of visa complications, we could only get him a few weeks later into the split. Yeah. But yes, now obviously because he was home before the rest of us, he got to do a shoot promoting LEC along with Logitech. And now we've got him from day one, so no more of those being left out. I'm sorry, Ender.
I'm pretty sure he's all good about that one. And of course, he got to sleep over in the studio for a couple weeks, apparently. But in general, LEC has now, I feel like, almost reached its peak so far, European League of Legends in general, both in terms of competitive success, obviously, but also in terms of the broadcast. You know, the LEC rebrand and just all the new ideas, all the new members, everything has been also so happily accepted by the community, so much positivity flowing through the air. Do you sometimes wonder, oh no, what if we fall back a little again? Because, you know, we had 2015 and that was the previous peak. And afterwards, you know, 2016 happened and 2017 and that wasn't so much fun.
Every single off season. I mean, honestly, we finished spring finals and we looked towards MSI and we had legitimate conversations in the office of like, how do we do it again? How do we go into summer when we don't have the sexy rebrand, when we don't have the crazy roster stories, when we don't have 13 Vedius characters that people have never seen before, right? How do we recreate it? And it's a challenge we have to live up to. You know, if we were to give like the Spring Split a review personally, I would say it's a 9.5 out of 10. We were bold. We changed the flow. We changed graphics. We changed our storytelling. We added technology. We added comedy segments. We added cringe segments. We added serious segments. Like we did so many things. Now I think what we want to do is we want to refine it. We want to hit the same bar. We want to take what really worked. We want to fix what maybe didn't. Mm-hmm. And it is a challenge. It's tough. But it's the reason we're here. It's the reason we've got an entire team. It's the reason we've got so many talented people on and off the camera. And we owe it to everybody at home to deliver the best that we can.
When you say that there are still a few things that you would like to refine or maybe something that didn't quite work the first time tried, what are some of the things we were thinking about? I
mean, for example, one of the tools that we really wanted to try was the internal tool that we call is called Oracle Lens, and that's our in-game drawing technology.
Right.
It's quite challenging to do, and if you actually go back and really analyze several of those segments, they're a bit janky, you know, they're a bit wobbly. Now, a lot of fans and viewers at home are very supportive and they even just appreciate the additional tools, but we're sitting there going what the potential could be and how we could make it better. Go look at Quickstats as an example. Quickstats was absolutely a success last year and there was a lot of natural tie-ins and had a lot of fun in summer. And in spring, I was trying to find my voice again, you know, and there's one or two moments, and I think outside of the Deficio love segment, do you remember any other Quickstats? No, I rest my case, right? So, you know, I tried it 3 times. It worked once. I'm not, you know, blind to that. And it's just refining. It's things that we know, even if it's good, that's not good enough. You can get an A rank in a game, and all you're thinking is, why wasn't it S-, right? And that's kind of where we're at. If we're only hitting A's and B's, there's so much more room. Even though you can live with that,
right?
We've got to aim higher.
Because you were completely right. Like I specifically focus on the Deficio love parts and everything, and I specifically remember from the last split, you know, the Medis and Vedias again, but like also just the Medi-Vedi synergy, you know, new people coming in, just a whole bunch of new segments, and you know, Flexius and stuff like that. Ender being more important. The rap battles were huge, but definitely Quickstats felt more prominent in previous splits. So I'm very positively surprised how quickly you're able to assess these things.
It's also, I mean, it's look, you know, we have to, right? The reason that the league has been growing in viewership and the reason that we've got to the point where our Spring Split could be so successful is we've got really, really, really healthy environment and we've got really good feedback in terms of our product. And also, sometimes you have to ask the question, you know, can all of these things coexist? Can there be 13 Vedius characters every split? And the answer is no. You know, so one of the things we actually want to do this split is dial back a little bit on that, use the really best of the best, right? But let's get, you know, Ender up. Let's promote Dracos and Frosk and let's look at the entire team and build everybody up, but in a way that is fresh, is exciting, that also makes sense. And obviously seeing like the Ender comedy moments and like between two Ivern segments that he's been doing is a really good example of how now we're reinvesting our resources and time to make sure every element of our broadcast is at the same quality bar.
Right, so we had the huge rebrand, we had lots of things being tried on broadcast, big things and new segments being tried out that are now will be refined and made better in the upcoming weeks. When you look at, for example, 2020, are there any like major next steps that you would look at and say, hey, that's what I want to do with LEC? That's where we'll move to a new studio or something like that?
Actually, I'm working on that on a personal front. Now, I can't really speak to the product goals in that capacity because we're still just aiming to hit 2019.
Yep.
And then the way that our sort of timelines work is as we get to the end of September, once Gauntlet's done and Worlds are starting, October and November is really where we do our very tactical planning. You know, internally, we have goals for 2020, 2021, 2022 that are a lot more macro, big picture. Increased viewership, like really basic example, right? How do you do that? Well, you've got to decide what your goal is, then you've got to decide what your length of time is, then you start doing interim steps, right? So we'll do those interims at the end of the year. On a personal level, I've just completed my first year as a manager for the Shoutcaster team. So I'm currently starting to look at the rest of this year until December, and then thinking, what does my talent team look like? What do my rotating guests look like? You know, we know that Shox is freelance and only working so many times per split. Machine coming in spring for 1 week was such a success. So what can I do in 2020, right? And I'm starting to think about things from a talent perspective that can keep the show exciting, fresh, innovative, but also producing quality that everybody likes. So that's my current goal. I don't have anything right now outside of the guest host example I just provided, but that's what I'm diving into. And hopefully by time Rift Rivals comes around and we've got a little bit of time that's not LEC, I can dive deeper into that.
Very exciting for sure. I hope to see you at ESL Cologne maybe.
What are the dates?
It's when the teams come back and have that week off, and that's when ESL Cologne happens.
No promises. I just got a puppy, and I love staying at home with her, so I might have to do staycation.
Please add her Instagram because she's beautiful.
At Upper the Cloud. She's a gorgeous little summer yet. She's 18 weeks old at the time of the interview, and honestly, she's just the happiest fluff. I'm actually going to bring her to the studio a little bit when she's a bit older, so we'll do some meet and greets in the fan area. Yeah.
Please do. I love Samoyed so much, and I love her. It's amazing. I can't stop watching those Instagram stories and everything. Upper the Cloud on Instagram. The most important takeaway of this interview, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Anything you would like to say to the LEC fans?
I just thank you for coming with us on the ride. Thank you for supporting us. Keep hitting us up on Twitter and Reddit with everything that you like and dislike. I'm really proud of the team's social presence over the last sort of 12 to 18 months. I think we've taken feedback really well, and I'm really, really stoked with just how much interaction we have. We're doing this for everybody, so as long as you guys are talking to us, we'll keep making the best show we can for you.
Very exciting. Very excited for the future of the LEC. A hashtag for the people that watched until the end.
What, hashtag LEC?
Just your personal hashtag.
Oh, I don't have a hashtag.
How about?
I'm so old, dude. I'm the oldest person. Like, why am I going to have a hashtag?
Frosk was apparently taught how to do Instagram stories today.
I don't do Instagram, but again, I'm not down with the kids. Hashtag LEC, and if you really want to, hashtag Upper the Cloud.
Hashtag LEC, hashtag Upper the Cloud. Thank you so much, Quickshot, for your time. This was Darius from the Shotcaller. I hope you guys have a good day. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. We'd especially like to thank Krzysztof Bujnowicz, Thomas Göttel, Etienne, Erich Althaus, Lukas Legal, Lazy Raven, Lama Vyuta, and Adam Novosviat for your very special support, and of course also all the people whose names you see scrolling past you. Without you guys, we would have closed down probably a while ago. So thank you so much for your help. Thank you.